Hello, my name is Cat and welcome to my guide to the 2022 Wildlife event. In this video I'll go through the new buildings and the daily specials such as the Mountain Reserve. I'll talk about my results from my playthrough on the beta server, how easy it is to get the main building, the Animal Crossing fully leveled, and how many daily specials you might expect, for example how easy it is to get a fully leveled Mountain Reserve. What I will not go through in this video are the core mechanics of the minigame, so if you want to learn more about that, check out my guide to the minigame from last year, as it covers all you need to know about playing the minigame itself. There are a few minor additions to the minigame this year, but those I will cover in this video. The core mechanics are all the same as for last year. Alright, if you want to skip ahead to a certain portion of this video, use the timestamps below, and if you find this video helpful, make sure to leave a like and a comment, and share it with your friends and guildmates as well. First of all, let's look at the new main building, the Animal Crossing. This is a 6x3 residential building with 9 levels, and at max level it gives population, happiness, coins and medals, as well as 10 forge points and up to 22% attack boost for your attacking army. Compared to last year's main building, the Mountain Reserve, this is slightly more attack per tile, though of course you don't get any of the defense boost of the Mountain Reserve. In addition to the main building, there is another new building this event, the Insect Hotel. This is a 2x3 production building with 6 different time options. The most interesting ones are the 24 and 8-hour productions, which produce 13 goods and 2 forge points respectively. You can definitely compare this building to the Sleigh Builder. It has slightly lower goods production, but it does have an option for producing forge points. You can only get the Insect Hotel from the Event Pass, which is one of the new elements this year. This should be familiar if you've played the last couple of events, but for those who aren't familiar, here's a quick explanation. When you get a grand prize, you also unlock secondary rewards, but in order to claim these you have to pay a one-time sum of diamonds, in this case 1200 diamonds. If this is worth it or not is very subjective, and also depends on how many grand prizes you get. If nothing has changed from beta though, you will be able to get a Sentinel and a Sentinel upgrade kit very easily in addition to the Insect Hotel, so 1200 diamonds is not a bad price in my opinion. Speaking of new mechanics, the other new addition to this event is the introduction of leagues. The league system in this event is based on points you score by playing the minigame. Different actions and combos of blocks you break give varying amount of points, but to see a full overview of the points you can get, check out the fandom wiki page. It breaks down all of the ways to get points and amounts you can get. With that said, my recommendation is to more or less ignore the league. You'll end up where you end up, and it's not worth changing your playstyle to chase a higher league. You're better off focusing on Paws or chests and simply ending up where you end up. Alright, before going into strategies, let me quickly talk about daily specials. We have some great daily specials in this event, none better than the Mountain Reserve in my opinion, specifically the Eagle Mountain. This building is truly amazing, gives up to 31 defense and 26 attack boost for your attacking army, depending on age, which is over 2 combined attack per tile. And to get this you only need 7 levels, which as I'll talk about in a moment is definitely possible for free. In addition to the Mountain Reserve, you also have plenty of other great options like the Sentinel Outpost, the Winners Plaza, Checkmate Square, and the Botanical Rotunda, among others. And due to the nature of this event, you will probably play a bit every day, so you have a lot of great daily specials in addition to the Mountain Reserve to choose from. Speaking of playing every day, is that the best strategy? Let's look into different ways of spending your tickets. There are 3 main ways of spending tickets. You can spend tickets as you get them to always generate free tickets. You can save all tickets you get from quests and incidents for 1 or 2 specific days with the daily special you want. Or you can use a hybrid strategy where you make sure you always generate free tickets, but you only solve quests on days with the daily specials you want, so that you can use all the tickets from quests on those daily specials. Personally, I'll be using the hybrid strategy because I want to go for both daily specials and grand prizes. That means I'll play games each day to always generate free tickets, but I will not do any quests until the Mountain Reserve comes up, which it should do twice. You produce a ticket every 8 hours, so 3 free tickets per day, but you only produce these if you have 3 or fewer tickets built up. So my plan is to have 3 but not more tickets built up as I enter a day, and if the Mountain Reserve is the daily special that day, I'll spend those immediately. I'll also do as many quests as possible during that day for even more tickets, and I'll also be able to generate a few more tickets for free that day. In total, you will get 10 tickets from the rush quests, and depending on what day this is, up to 7 tickets from the daily quests. In addition to the 5 or 6 freely generated tickets, that's quite a lot. So say you get the Mountain Reserve 3 times, twice as a standard daily special and once as a daily special switch, that is easily 25 to 30 tickets for the Mountain Reserve, which, as I'll go over a bit later on, should be plenty to get a fully leveled Mountain Reserve, perhaps even 2. So what is the difference between this hybrid strategy and simply saving up all your tickets for 1 or 2 days with the daily special you want? Well, actually the amount of tickets on those days will be the same with one exception, which is incidents. You should be able to get some tickets from incidents, though when I tested on beta I didn't get any. I didn't pick up that many incidents, but still I'm not sure if you can get a lot of tickets this way. But if you do get a lot of tickets this way, then it might be worth saving those tickets. If you get 1 or 2 tickets from incidents on a given day, I'm not sure if I would save them personally, but if you got 10, for example, which I'm not sure is even possible, but if you do, then I would consider saving them, even if that meant losing out on freely generated tickets for a couple of days. So it's up to you what you consider worth it, but if you do decide to save tickets, then you might as well start doing quests immediately instead of doing all of them on the day with the Mountain Reserve or whichever daily special you want. So that's my thoughts around when to spend tickets. Now let's talk a little bit more about how to play the minigame. In my guide from last year and during my testing on beta, I focused on getting Paws for the grand prizes. An alternative way to play though is to simply ignore Paws and instead attempt to create a lot of chests for daily specials. I imagine this is a perfectly viable strategy to get even more daily specials, but sadly I haven't tested it, so I don't have any numbers to show for it. I'll come back to this later though. Let's first look at my numbers from beta to get some more context before talking more about this. In total, I played 58 games using my hybrid method, which is 4 less than what you can get for free if we don't include incidents. Focusing on Paws, I was able to get 240 Paws in total, which is 4.14 Paws per game on average, and I was able to get 22 daily specials, which is 0.38 daily specials per game on average. Of those 58 games, 26 games were with the Mountain Reserve as a daily special, and of those 22 daily specials, 11 of them were Mountain Reserve selection kits. The other daily specials were 1 Checkmate Square, 3 renovation kits, 5 Botanical Rotundas, 1 Sentinel upgrade kit, and 1 Carousel. I did all of this without spending any diamonds, only using the free tools I started with and by using all coins for additional moves when I thought I could get more Paws with them, which is my recommendation of when to spend coins, regardless of if you plan to spend diamonds or not. So, with the 4.4 Paws per game on average, I was able to get exactly 240 Paws, which is 12 grand prizes. Now, in order to get the Animal Crossing fully leveled though, you only need 180 Paws if you don't have the surprise box, or only 140 Paws if you do have the surprise box. So there is plenty of room to play with here. You don't need more than 2.5 Paws per game to get 140 Paws, for example. The more interesting number, in my opinion, from my testing is the number of daily specials I got. As I mentioned, based on my testing, I got 0.38 daily specials per ticket, or around 1 daily special every 2.5 games. As I mentioned earlier, you should be able to play around 25 to 30 games on days with Mountain Reserves, so using my numbers, you should be able to get around 9 to 11 Mountain Reserves using my numbers. Considering you only need 7 pieces for a fully leveled Mountain Reserve, I think most people, with a bit of effort, should be able to get a fully leveled mountain reserve. And that if you focus on Paws like me. If you focus on creating chests, you can probably get even more, perhaps even 2 full mountain reserves. So let's talk more about that now that we have some numbers for context. If you follow my hybrid strategy, I would actually recommend focusing on chests during the days you go for mountain reserve or whichever daily special you are after, and then all the other days focus on Paws. If you get 25 games like me for the mountain reserve, that means you have around 35 for other days. So if you get, say, 4 Paws per game, from these 35 games, that means you'll already have 140 Paws in total. And that's all you need for the Animal Crossing if you have the surprise box. You don't actually need more. Now, if you're not able to get 4 Paws per game like me, say you only get 3 Paws per game, for example, now you get a bit over 100 Paws from those 35 games. So that means the remaining 30 or 40 Paws you can easily get from the games where you focus on chests. Because even if you do focus on chests, you'll still be able to get some Paws every now and then, either by quote-unquote accident, or there will be a few very simple ones that you can get without costing you much in terms of chests. So bringing all of this together, here is a summary of my recommended strategy. 1. Spend 3 to 4 tickets each day, making sure you always generate free tickets and try to enter each new day with 3 to 4 tickets that you can spend immediately if the daily special you want appears. 2. If the daily special you want is not available a given day, focus on getting Paws over chests. 3. Only do quests on days when the daily special you want is available. 4. When the daily special you want is available, do as many quests as possible to get tickets, spend as many tickets as possible, including all you get from quests, incidents, as well as naturally generated ones, and focus on chests rather than Paws. Following this strategy, you should be able to get the new Animal Crossing fully leveled, and get at least 1, possibly 2 fully leveled mountain reserves. Alright, let's end this video by talking about diamond spending. How much will it cost to get a second Animal Crossing, and how much will it cost per additional mountain reserve? First of all, for both of these, my recommendation is to buy tickets. I would not buy many coins. If you plan to buy a lot of tickets, it might be worth buying coins once, so you can buy additional moves when useful, but if you only plan to buy some tickets, I wouldn't buy any coins. Alright, regarding the Animal Crossing, you need 18 grand prizes per additional Animal Crossing, which is 360 Paws. If you focus on Paws and get around 4 Paws per game, this is around 90 games, so you need to buy 10 tickets 9 times, which is around 16,000 diamonds. Now you also need to consider that you can get more pieces than you need for free if you always focus on Paws, and if you end up spending diamonds, you will probably get 1 or 2 selection kits from the leaks. So for the second Animal Crossing, you probably don't have to spend all of those 16,000, perhaps closer to 10,000 diamonds. But after that, it should be 16,000 diamonds per additional Animal Crossing. Now, when it comes to daily specials, this event is actually crazy. Using my numbers from beta, where remember I wasn't focusing on chests, you can get 3.8 daily specials on average for every 10 tickets you buy. That means 20 tickets should be enough to get a fully leveled mountain reserve, or in other words, only 3,600 diamonds per mountain reserve, which is around 500 diamonds per daily special. And again, that's using my numbers from beta where I didn't focus on chests. If you do focus on chests, it's probably even cheaper. Someone else I know mentioned 400 diamonds per daily special, which is below 3,000 per mountain reserve, and I do believe that was when focusing on chests. So, safe to say, if you plan to spend diamonds on an event, I strongly recommend doing so for mountain reserves or any other daily special during this event. Alrighty, that's it from me for this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it and found it helpful. Before I end this video, let me thank my Patreons. I would like to thank Homestar, Fort Prefect, Lorden, Rock Robin, Kim Cayley, Joshua Clark, Rolf the 8th, PQ the Goat, Dan Suminad, Merrick B, Arkler, Hugo von Count, Jan Fredriksen, Drew the Generous, Vilda, Rush, Susan Weiss, Megarock, Rocco, Henrik Derek Lerber, Mattia, Opshi the Obsessed, Rev, Kim, XD, Adaril, Mike, and Kensei Tachikawa. Thank you all very much for your support. Thanks for watching. I hope again you found this helpful, and I will see you in the future.